special dedicated channel for the UN Climate Change Summit, COP26.
They also store the mining waste in these huge earthen dams, and they're holding back billions of gallons of toxic sludge that's
Activists say
leaking
many
into the drinking
manufacturers
water.
who can't afford to clean up their chemical waste continue to dispose of it illegally.
Before we started to burn coal, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere was about 280 parts per million. It's now over 400 parts per million.
But if you're going to try to illustrate climate changes that are taking place, you do have to go to some of the places in the world where it's obvious that it's being affected.
Leaders have agreed an 11th-hour deal on climate finance at the COP29 summit in Azerbaijan. Wealthier countries have pledged $300 billion a year by 2035 to help poorer nations tackle climate change.
Climate change is real and it's coming for us, and it doesn't matter who you are. Whether you are rich or poor, this thing is
saying this deal isn't generous enough, that developed nations are dodging the debt they owe the developing world.
Than an optical illusion.
Officials have told the BBC that there's been an aggressive increase in deforestation since the election of President Bolsonaro in January.
There's now so much carbon dioxide in our atmosphere that our world is around 1 degree Celsius hotter than it was in pre-industrial times.
The threat of climate change, and they're doing it essentially by any means necessary.
The North Norfolk beaches are stunning, but there is an emerging nightmare, an environmental catastrophe, and it is plastic that has come from the ship collision 50 miles to the north and pushed by the wind and tide up.
300,000 people were permanently evacuated from the area. 20 years later, Chernobyl remains a very dangerous place.
The problem is what we're doing now is we're adding extra carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. So we're increasing the thickness of this blanket.
If anybody tells you that your voice doesn't count and that you're too young to make a difference, do not believe them.
This to the Canadian prairies is transformed into Tornado Alley. This part of the
month, climate protesters have targeted priceless works of art.
Bulldozer. This is happening all over the Amazon to create new farmland. And the result is that the Great Forest has never been under such pressure.
In the 1970s, activists put themselves in harm's way to shield whales from harpoons, which eventually led to a moratorium on most commercial whaling.
On the front line of the battle to save the forest.
First on our list is the deadly 2011 tornado season.
So many memories in here that cannot be replaced. So many things that are just lost forever. It just, I know we're safe, but
put a mountain back together.
We are the majority! And we demand change!
I'm here as a mother, doing the only thing that I feel I can do. You know, I've signed the petitions, I've written to my MPs, I've done all the rest of it. I'm now taking direct action.
Part of me thinks, my God, that's just a bit of soup on a piece of glass, and there's 33 million people homeless now in Pakistan. How dare you be so upset about that?
The oil spill was as bad as you could possibly imagine, and then much worse. All efforts made to clean up the mess was like trying to dry the ocean.
Officially the hottest day of the year so far.
The World Bank says it could push 130 million people into poverty in the next 10 years.